So people of the Arrowverse, very interesting video today. A lot of you have been asking me over the weekend, why haven't you spoken about the Crisis on Infinite Earths news, like whether that's to do with the Batman 89 stuff or the Lucifer stuff, or more interestingly, the Titans stuff, because that's the thing that baffled me the most. So what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is talk about the chain of events as to what is going on with this whole Titans business in the CW, how it started, why I didn't make a video about it, and what it is or seems to be looking like now. But if you want to skip to my thoughts on the Lucifer stuff or the Batman connections in Crisis on Infinite Earths, I'll leave some timestamps down in the top pinned comment, along with a Discord invite to my server, so check that out as well, because it'd be great to see more of you there. But the main reason why I'm making it today, on Monday, is because I didn't want to make a video, especially with that breaking news about the Titans, DC Universe Titans, apparently being involved in the crossover, because the thing is with that, as you probably got from this title, and that's maybe why you're watching this at least at the beginning, is because I heard otherwise. I heard that the Titans weren't appearing in the crossover, more specifically the DC Universe Titans, because this is just my personal opinion. I'm not saying that this is outright correct. Like, I personally don't really feel like those tones blend. I know Crisis is a big, ambitious crossover, so why not have as many people as you can get right? But for me, if we had the DC Universe actors, appear in any kind of way, I just kind of rathered maybe that not happen. I was kind of, especially with the news over the weekend being spoken about with such confidence and conviction, I was trying to warm myself up to it a little bit. But anyway, I digress. But Paigey, as you guys know, another DC TV YouTuber, reported that, the DC Universe Titans were appearing, and then articles were circulating around the internet. And to be honest, it did shake my confidence in it. I thought, well, okay, I thought I knew something from a source, but maybe it actually does turn out that the actual DC Universe Titans are being involved. So I just thought, okay, I'm going to wait a little bit. I kept hearing that it still wasn't true. So ultimately I was just like, there's no way I can make a video on this and be like, okay, Paigey's wrong, because it seems maybe he could be right. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if he has posted that video and articles are going around, he puts the DC Universe Titans in the thumbnail, he says in the video and emphasizes to believe him and all of that stuff, based on, what he had heard and, what he has seen is kind of legit stuff. I thought, okay, well, maybe what I'm hearing is wrong. But now it's come out today in terms of how the DC Universe Titans are not going to be in Crisis on Infinite Earths. But that doesn't mean, let me get this clear as well, this doesn't mean that a form of the Titans won't appear. Like, even if it's in a very, quick-ish kind of scene, if that makes sense. So with the video that Paigey made, I assume, him seeing, what he spoke about in this video, he said how the Titans were appearing, it said, filmed, he described the scene. So I'm assuming maybe he just assumed that it was the DC Universe Titans. Maybe he had another person telling him that. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know why he decided to go with the DC Universe ones. Maybe that's the most logical connection he can make in his head, because, we have the DC Universe Titans show, which, obviously I cover season 2 week to week. Maybe as a result, he thought after seeing the, the legit, scripts, snippets of the scripts that he's got, that, it would be them appearing. But as a result, it's now turned out through Ryan Potter, being kind of very obvious with it. This isn't confirmation at the same time, just like the first report wasn't confirmation, it was kind of, assuming. But here we have Ryan Potter coming out with saying rumors, and then a GIF, he's since deleted the rumors post, but now there's a GIF saying, yeah, that's going to be a no from me, dog. And as I said, I don't want to detail everything, from what I know, and I'm not pretending to be a massive scoop or anything like that, because I'm not. But what I heard is that they weren't appearing. There have been approaches to the cast and stuff like that, but it just wasn't happening. That's why I was quite adamant about the Titans not appearing, or should I say, rephrase this, the DC Universe Titans not appearing in Crisis. Now, also with it reportedly being about, set in the Titans Tower, I thought maybe this was believable to an extent as well, because obviously season 2 of Titans is very much so in the Titans Tower, so I thought, okay, well, maybe they did just shoot a very quick scene, that would be kind of no sweat off anyone's back. But as a result, guys, I know that was a bit of a lengthy discussion. I just wanted to kind of explain the order of events and why I didn't, make, because I got quite a few comments on various videos from the past few days about, Boba, why aren't you talking about this? That's why. So it very much so is possible, and probably is quite likely, I'm not going to definitively say it one way or another, that a form of the Titans is going to appear in Crisis on Infinite Earths. My best guess is that it's going to be some kind of ambiguous kind of scene. I don't think it's going to be like full CGI suit. I don't know how they're going to do it, but at the end of the day with this, it just seems as though that is, for now, definitely not the case that it's going to be, Brenton Thwaites' Dick Grayson or Hawk and Dove or Raven or Jason Todd or anything like that. But that is all I've got to say about that, guys. Sorry I didn't make a video about it over the weekend, but I literally didn't know what to make of it because I was hearing two different things and the whole internet was then believing DCU Titans were being involved. So I didn't want to come out and say, oh, that's wrong, because then it's just like, well, Boba, where's your proof? Okay, so let's talk about the other interesting stuff. I'm not going to include every little minuscule detail of stuff. If you want to look over more specific things like that, I recommend checking out Canadagraphs, because he details more like little bits, whether that's scenes of Harbinger and stuff that you guys might want to go over in terms of little breakdowns like that. And also other things that are unconfirmed that I don't want to go too deep into is like Justin Hartley returning for Crisis isn't, as far as I'm making this video, confirmed. So I'm not going to be like, oh, he's coming back. But what we do know from a reliable source, now this caused a bit of the stir on the internet as well, which I quite disagreed with. John Cameo kind of called Canadagraphs out for not being reliable. Like, that's a whole other thing as well. But essentially, Lucifer has been spotted filming some Crisis scenes, I believe with Superman. I think Diggle's involved, Constantine. There could be one other person, I forgot off the top of my head. But either way, the mad thing is, this was almost, if not more surprising to me than the Titan stuff. Maybe that's because I felt like, the Titan stuff was wrong. But the thing is, Canadagraphs was saying it, and Canadagraphs, like, if he's the guy who goes around and gets a lot of the scoops that, people like myself or other DC TV YouTubers go on to talk about. Like, he didn't just imagine Tom Ellis being there in the Lucifer attire. So Lucifer Morningstar from the show Lucifer, that has got its one final season to go, by the way, is going to be in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, in terms of my opinion on that, at first, I have to admit, be brutally honest, I wasn't mega sure about it. But in terms of like my comparison to Titans and how I felt about the DC Universe Titans coming over, it's not nearly on that level, because Lucifer is a show that, even though it is a lot more, how can I say it? It's not like necessarily R-rated, but it's definitely a lot more, it uses language and stuff and that you can't do on the CW in the same way. Or at least in the Arrowverse shows. But either way, with that show, it can still be blended over a lot more, I think, to the Arrowverse than what the Titans can. I mean, at the end of the day, you guys may think, I keep seeing different things on my Twitter feed of people saying, oh, Titans can easily be involved. There's nothing wrong with it. But then there's other people who kind of feel like what I feel like. I think, the one thing that I keep seeing is people talking about Diggle having a scene with Lucifer Morningstar, the devil himself, and like, what Earth is this going to take place on? Is it going to be Earth 66 or Earth 666? I really don't know, but I have no theories as to why. I've seen some people, I can't remember where I've heard this, whether, people were saying, oh, what if they try and make a deal for Oliver's life, because this is the devil after all, and if you've watched Lucifer, the TV show, like, lots of people make deals with the devil, like, that's just a kind of known thing in lore anyway. But regardless, I don't know, ultimately, how to think about this in terms of story, just because, are they making this a different Earth? If it is a different Earth, can Lucifer Morningstar even make deals for other characters? How does this work with God, or should I say the presence? Like, is God just watching everything go by in Crisis on Infinite Earths with the Anti-Monitor, and it's just so confusing that way. Like, it's just so mind-blowingly weird. But I don't think we're meant to read into it this much, because as far as I know from Canadagraphs and stuff like that, it's only a couple of scenes, at most maybe 3 at most maybe. But now let's talk about the Batman 89 stuff. And I think this is really, really cool. Really, really cool. Yet again, this came in the form of a newspaper. I think this was Friday, I could be wrong, where it says Wayne Tech CEO Bruce Wayne to marry socialite Selena Kyle. Now this is just crazy. I'm not expecting Michael Keaton to appear in Crisis or anything like that. That would be insane. Absolutely insane if that happened, but I'm sure this is just maybe merging with just the more world building stuff. I don't know if they're on a different Earth here. It's probably very likely they are. They're just putting this as a bit on the side. Maybe somebody's got to read the newspaper, because this also potentially comes along with the news that you may have heard about Burt Ward being pictured on the set of Crisis with a German Shepherd dog. Now, this is just making me think maybe he is an older Dick Grayson, with that dog being Ace, maybe. I really don't know how specific they're getting with, you know, the characters reprising their roles from whatever past show they were in and stuff like that. But either way, I do really appreciate, you know, little tie-ins like this. If somebody's going to be reading this newspaper about, you know, canonizing Batman 89 within the multiverse and stuff like that, I'm sure that's just all it's going to be. But you never know with Crisis and all of the little surprises that they're pulling out. Like, seriously, did not expect Lucifer at all. And now with stuff like this, you never know what might appear. We'd love to hear your thoughts and theories as to how you think the CW are going to still implement a version of the Titans into Crisis. That would be super interesting to hear about. And yeah, just Lucifer as well. Like, if you're a Lucifer fan, let me know down in the comments below, because I do cover that show. Like the video if you did enjoy it, guys. Subscribe if you are brand new to this channel to stay up to date with everything in the Arrowverse, the DC Universe, and other kind of topical or video essay discussion like videos. Thank you so much for sharing some of your time with me today. If you want to do more of that and talk to me outside of YouTube, I do have a Discord server. That link will be in the top pinned comment if you want to talk about any of this with me, like over like typing-y, conversation-y stuff. Check out a couple of my videos appearing on the side here that you may have missed over the past couple of days. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you, Speedsters, Titans, and whoever in the next video. Goodbye.